Ooh, Insurrection Act. Okay, this is the good question.
I did not talk to him today. I talked to some of his colleagues. Your question on the Insurrection Act is interesting. I've tried to understand this as well as I possibly could. And my understanding is what the Insurrection Act, what invoking the Insurrection Act would allow the federal government to
use the military, right?
Is that it would allow the federal government to use the military for local law enforcement operations. Right now, we don't think that we need that. Now, the president could change his mind. Of course, things could get worse. But right now, we think that federal law enforcement officers can do the job of federal law enforcement. Now, what I do worry about, again, is if the chaos gets
getting
worse, if more and more ICE agents start getting assaulted, if other law enforcement officers start getting assaulted, that would be a real problem. But again, we have so much federal law enforcement resources here right now. We have so many people here that we do not want to have here. I do not want so many ICE officers in Minneapolis right now. I mean, good Lord, it's really, really freaking cold outside. But they're here not even to enforce immigration laws, but to protect the people from the rioters. That's an absurd state of affairs, and we wouldn't need it if we had a little bit more cooperation from the Minneapolis Police Department. Again, the Minneapolis Police Department, my understanding is that the actual beat cops on the ground, they would love to help out, but they're being told by somebody. I don't know if it's Mayor Frey. They're being told by somebody not to cooperate at all. What kind of a person tells their local police don't protect somebody if they're being assaulted by a rioter? It's crazy, and it's got to stop.
Exactly.
Earlier this week, local
He's completely right. It's not even a question.
Why are there so many U.S. citizens being caught up in this operation?
Why are there so many U.S. citizens?
Well, I think your question assumes something that's not necessarily in evidence, which is that when there are American citizens who have been caught up in some of these enforcement operations, very often it is people who have assaulted a law enforcement officer. They're not being arrested because they violated the immigration laws.
No.
They're being arrested because they punched a federal law enforcement officer. That is a totally reasonable thing. Now, to the accusation of racial profiling, look, it's something that we take very seriously. We will take accusations of racial profiling back to Washington. We'll certainly look into them as they come up. But this is not a group that's going around and looking for people who violated the law based on skin color.
Biblically accurate, J.D. Vance.
Who violated the law of our immigration system in this country. And so long as we had more cooperation, I think they could do these things in a much more targeted way. They would actually know where some of the bad guys are. I mean, again, you hear things that are hard to believe, but I've confirmed that they are true. Sex offenders, we're trying to get off the streets, so the local officials won't tell us their last known address. So then the local officials say, oh my God, these guys are doing widespread targeted enforcement operations, when in reality,
they're trying
we would love to just go to one house. The local officials won't tell us which one house to go to.
This messaging is insane.
Has that their own off-duty officers, police officers, are being targeted because they are a person of color and asked to show their papers. Is that a concern?
Police officers are being targeted and told to show their papers?
Officers are being targeted, and they described it as, quote, civil rights violations.
What the fuck
so
are you
I saw
talking
one
about?
story about this and one local police officer who said this. And look, certainly is it a concern? Absolutely. The first thing we have to figure out is whether it happened or not.
Yeah.
And then if it happened, whether there is a good explanation or a bad explanation. And of course, if somebody violated the law, if somebody racially profiled, if somebody violated the rights of one of our fellow citizens, that is something we will take very seriously. What I also would say is that many of the most viral stories of the past couple of weeks have turned out to be, at best, partially true.
But mostly
so we want to try people based on reality, based on the truth, based on context. We're not going to prejudge people just because of a viral social media story that turned out to be half false.
Wow.
To invite anybody with an opposing point of view to get an idea of why people are upset here.
An opposing point of view? For what?
So I haven't talked to Governor Walz on this particular trip. A number of members of our administration, I believe our chief of staff, spoke to the governor and has been in constant contact with his staff over the past week. We've been, in my office, in constant contact with people here on the ground in Minneapolis. There were certainly people at our roundtable with opposing views. And, look, I don't even know, what whether it's public, but yes, we met with people with opposing views here at the roundtable. I wanted to get a perspective from everybody, but also, of course, offer my opinion that with a little bit more cooperation, we could lower the chaos.
Yeah,
we're going to keep on doing that. If Governor Walz wants to call me, we'll absolutely continue talking. I will say that my sense of this situation, having talked to these guys for a long time, is this is primarily a law enforcement issue. This is the Attorney General. This is the local mayor. This is all of the organs of local and state law enforcement. That's who we focus on, but we've certainly been in communication with the governor and his office as well.
Vice President.
Yeah. Jesus, bro. Yeah, he's just 1VXing them. This is great. I'm loving this.
What's the plan if nothing changes there here locally and this operation has attracted thousands of agents? Are there any plans to go to any other cities from here?
Well, right now we're focused on Minneapolis because that's where we have the highest concentration of people who have violated our immigration laws, and that's also, frankly, where we see the most assault of our law enforcement officers. I mean, our plan is very simple. If you assault a federal law enforcement officer, we're going to do everything that we can to put you in prison. It's very simple. And most of these protesters, as much as I may disagree with their politics, most of them have been peaceful, but a lot of them have not been peaceful. And if you go and storm a church, if you go and insult a federal law enforcement officer, we're going to try very hard. We're going to use every resource of the federal government to put you in prison.
Get your ass.
Respect
Get their ass.
Respect people's rights to do their job without being assaulted. If you follow that basic principle, the Trump administration is going to do everything that we can to protect your rights. But if you go after somebody, if you assault somebody, if you make a 9-year-old girl cry because you walked into her church and harassed her, we're going to go after you with every single tool that we have.
Vice President.
Your administration has said repeatedly this is about safety, about making Americans feel safer. So what does the state of in Minnesota to say it's the overwhelming presence of ICE officers and federal officers and their tactics that are making them feel less safe?
Well,
it's the ICE that's making them unsafe, not the sex offenders?
The biggest one-year drop in murders in the history of the United States of America.
That's a lot.
Significant reductions in violent crime. The reason why we have less violent crime is really two reasons. Number one, because we're enforcing the immigration laws and getting very violent criminals out of our country. And number two, because we're enforcing our criminal laws and putting guys who assault and murder behind bars. This is part of a broad effort to make us safe. And the chaos that people are seeing, and I understand there is frustration of the chaos, I'd say that we're doing everything that we can to lower the temperature, and we would like federal and local, state and local officials to meet us halfway. So much,
Perceiving it correctly. Are you saying that they're not seeing the tactics or the presence of the officers? That
Look, I'm sure that people are seeing a lot of things that would make any member of our national community feel very upset, but I also think that if you understand this in context, this is the inevitable consequence of the state and local government that have decided
James David Vance के न्यूज़ में कॉन्फ्रेंस का कहना मांगे एक कोई
I mean, here's a basic illustration of this. If you are an ICE officer and you have to arrest a person who's committed assault and is also an illegal alien, but the state and local officials won't help you identify that person, many of the things that people in Minneapolis are seeing that give them pause, that frustrate them, that worry them, that make them feel like things are too chaotic, many of these things are coming from the fact that there's no cooperation with state and local law enforcement. And I guess what I would tell people, again, many of whom are justifiably concerned and worried about what they're seeing in their communities is, why are we not seeing it anywhere else? We're seeing this level of chaos only in Minneapolis. LA and Chicago, we had some problems there. Pretty much every jurisdiction where these guys are operating, you don't see the same level of chaos. You don't see the same level of violence. You don't see the problems that we're seeing in Minneapolis. Maybe the problem is unique to Minneapolis, and we believe that it is. And it's a lack of cooperation between state and local law enforcement and federal law enforcement. Sir.
ICE has been operating here for years with less pushback than we're seeing right now. And even the St. Paul police chief recently said, is there not a way to find common ground without scaring the hell out of people?
एक सामान्य में कि मैं उनके आगे एक हेल्थ तक बिंदुर बस हमले ऐसी.
You mean mentally ill, hysterical Karens?
Here in Minneapolis and the state of Minnesota. I know you talked about getting in touch with the governor's offices and the mayor's offices, but why have you not been able to speak to them directly? Have they not been willing?
They don't want to listen.
Well, look, I have spoken to some of the people in Minnesota directly. I spoke to some of them today. I've spoke to others in the past. And again, our staff has been in very direct contact with pretty much every official with any influence or any power in Minneapolis. But no, we're not trying to send a political message. We're trying to enforce the law. And unfortunately, what has happened is that as we've enforced the law, there's been this weird reaction, again, unique to this city. This is not a common thing across the United States of America. There's been a very unique, very Minneapolis-specific reaction to our enforcement of federal immigration laws. What I'm trying to do here today is understand why that is. What is it about Minneapolis that has become so chaotic? What are the specific types of cooperation that we need? Look, I don't need Tim Walz or Jacob Frey or anybody else to come out and say that they agree with J.D. Vance or Donald Trump on immigration. I just don't need that.
Just stop
What
fighting.
I do need them to do is
Stop
empower their local officials to help our local
Mission
or
එක
help our
unlock
federal
අපිට කියලා
officials
mission එක
out
කරන්න පුළුවන්
in a
මම
way
හිතන්නේ.
where this can be a little bit less chaotic and it can be a little bit more targeted. Like if we're trying to find a sex offender, tell us where the guy lives. Simple things like that, simple changes in how they're approaching immigration enforcement would make this work a lot better. It would make Minneapolis' streets a lot safer, and it would make this whole thing
Minnesota
a lot less traumatic
තමා
for
මං
this community.
හිටියේ
I'll take
ගොඩක්
one more
කල්.
question.
Mr. Vice President.
Wow.
You said that it's time to
සෝමාලි යුදෙව්ව සෝමාලි ටියෝන් ගෙනල්ලා විනාශ කරපු ප්‍රාන්තයක්නේ. තනිකරම සුද්ධ හිටපු ලස්සන ප්‍රාන්තයක් මිනිසෝට කියලා කියන්නේ.
Beyond that, what is the federal government's role in turning down the temperature? And the Minnesota Department of Corrections says that its own officers have been cooperating with ICE all along, handing over criminals once they serve their sentences to ICE officials. And you can see that there is some cooperation with the state.
Yeah, look, if I was going to list the 5 agencies locally and statewide that I'm most worried about, I wouldn't put the Department of Corrections on that list. I think that while there are certain things we'd like to see more from them, they've hardly been the worst offenders. You agree with that, guys? That's a fair assessment.
Jesus.
But I think you talked about tactics. You talked about the response to things. Look,
it's not
we
even a
don't
question,
want to
it's an
employ
argument.
Tactics that we don't employ the kind of tactics that are only necessary when violence is committed against officers. That is these guys' directive, and that's what we're going to try to do.
Why would anybody want to do
again,
that?
the president said this a couple of days ago. Whenever you have a law enforcement operation, even if 99.99% of the guys do everything
මේ
perfectly,
නයින් මොට්ලුවෙස්
you're
මං
gonna have one
කියන්නේ
guy that-
ස්කෑමර්ස්
that's the
ලගේ
nature of law enforcement. What I do
sect
think
එක.
that we can do is working with state and local officials, we can make the worst moments of chaos much less common. And all they've got to do is meet us halfway. These guys want to communicate with them. They want to talk to the local business leaders. Many of these guys, many of the people standing behind me are members of the Minneapolis community. Many of the officials that I met today who work in federal immigration enforcement, this is their home. They love this place. These are their neighbors. They want this to work a lot more smoothly. I think that we can get there. We just got to work at it a little bit, and we need some cooperation from state and local officials. Last thing that I'll say is I just hope they give it. This is a beautiful city.
It was.
I've only been here a few times. I love it, even in this weather. I love Minneapolis. We could do a lot better. We could do a lot more with more cooperation. The Trump administration, the directive that I got from the President of the United States is meet these guys halfway. Work with them so that we can make these immigration enforcement operations successful without endangering our ICE officers, and so that we can turn down the chaos a little bit, at least. I think a lot, actually. But for us to do that, we need some help from the state and local officials. We will keep on working with them, and so long as they're willing to work with us, they will always find a partner in public safety and law enforcement in the Trump administration. Thank you all.
Wow. Somebody's clapping.
You're learning.
Oh my God.
Look through it yourself. It's full of our tricks and stories.
Bro.
To fool someone or avoid getting fooled. Just
Jesus Christ,
remember,
he
normal
cooked
rules
them.
won't work here. It's all about whether you're smart
Wow.
enough and brave enough.
Holy shit.
Thanks.
One guy.
Kind hero.
Dude,
One more thing.
I don't even know what to
Now,
say.
Out with it.
I really don't. I mean, like,
Boundary stone.
he just went up there and let him know.
Just keep walking. It's in front of the loyalty hall.
Thank you for your
Up to you,
attention
Lee.
to this matter. Yeah, like, honestly, like, he went up there and said everything that I think. He did. He went up there. He said everything.
Despite the fake bounty stone, the achievement is real.
Like that's what I would say. That well, at least that's not what I would say. That's what I would want to be able to say, right? And like he went up there and he just said that. Yeah, communication warlord, man. That's insane. Oh my fucking god. He probably watches the stream. There's a chance that I might, there's maybe a possibility that, maybe something could happen. I don't want to make any promises or anything like that, but there is definitely a possibility that something could maybe happen. I just don't know. He going somewhere particularly. And, I'm not sure, right? It depends. I haven't really looked into everything, but, yeah. And so I don't want to. I'm not trying to make any promises or make any commitments or say anything else. I'm just saying in general that's what it is. And we don't know. We don't know. But anyway, I am so fucking happy to see this. I'm gonna be honest. Like he went out there and he just said everything that I think. He did. He literally just went out there and laid it on the exact way that I look at it. That's the case. No, I'm just telling you that's what. The reason why a lot of people are trying to talk to me is because what I'm saying is true, and I think that it resonates with a lot of people. And so, really, I think that's the reason why. And I'm just glad that they're finally, they're on the ball with this, right? I mean, this is a big dick day. It is. This is amazing. Is this the reason why you're showering for a month? No, not that exactly.
Have been posting false notices on our street alleys, loading innocent and promise of
I will say this.
Great wealth.
I know people who have a situation that could potentially, basically, I think that there's a good chance that if I wanted to go to that, I could go to that. Because I know people that are involved, right? And so I'm not saying that it's going to happen. But if I could do that, that would be fucking insane. And so, yes, the Department of Gaming. That's right, guys. And Caleb, I don't know about Caleb. I haven't talked to Caleb, actually. I probably should. I like the guy a lot. So, that's it. And 2026 is your year? I mean, maybe, right? I mean, every year, things seem to get better. Honestly, I kind of wish they'd get worse so I could just relax a little bit, man. I'm going to be honest. Like, shit's been going on. It's been getting so real recently that I've been getting stressed out. I'm like, damn, like, we got all this pressure, everything happening here. You honestly should go. Like, maybe I should. I mean, like, and I've also had a lot of people, Democratic people, actually reach out to me, too, if you want me to be honest. I've had a lot of them, people in positions that are specific. And, I appreciate it. I think that, again, like, I try to talk to people and do whatever the fuck. And so, when is it? I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
It is getting bigger, and I talked to sources this morning.
It's about to
explode. And things that we thought were long lost and gone, I want to be a little cryptic, are not lost.
That's right.
And they're not gone.
That's right. Yeah, I want to be a little cryptic too because I know that we're sort of it's still in the early stages of this investigation. But look, Sean, I think it's one of the great scandals in American history. I think this is definitionally the Biden administration, the deep state, using the apparatus of justice to go after their political opponents.
That's why you got to do the same thing to them. Do it so much to them that they can't do it again. You gotta go. The thing is, like, you can never say that you don't want to use a weapon. You want to control the weapon. You want to make sure that you have absolute control over the weapon. You want to use the weapon on anybody else that even talks about using the weapon, so they don't even think about it. That's what you gotta do. You have to use it more than they do. Exactly. Yeah, you immediately do that. Go all the way. Eye for an eye? No. Eye for as far as you can get. Because, again, fairness is predictable. Unpredictability is scary. You can expect that the world's going to end at a certain period of time, and people will eventually get used to that. But the idea that something crazy could happen out of nowhere, that's scary. So if you really want to scare the fuck out of people, and you want to make them afraid, and you want to make them do what you want, you can't be fair. Fairness is predictable. Fairness you can calculate. Fairness you can control, but unfairness, you can't control that. So if you want to control other people, you have to be unfair. Look at every single other person in power ever, in all of history, and you will see the same exact thing. It's human psychology. Actually evil? No. You do this so you don't have to deal with the evil. This is how you have to stop that. Sometimes you have to take methods and do strategies that are you know, like let's say not the best. You know, this isn't something that a fucking that a Boy Scout would do. It's not something that Mother Teresa would do. It's not something that a kindergarten teacher would do. But it's something that a real one would do. And do you want to have a kindergarten teacher that's making decisions for you, or do you want to have a real one making decisions for you? Think about that.
And I also think it raises a very critical issue, and something that I'd encourage my Senate friends on the Republican side to wake up about, because eventually you're going to see prosecutions, not just Arctic frost related, but on a whole host of other issues. Eventually, we need certain subpoenas that have to be issued by a court. Eventually, you need local prosecutors, U.S. attorneys, to go after some of these people in a court of law.
True.
If you can't get a U.S. attorney appointed because the Democrat won't give you a blue slip, or you can't get a judge confirmed because the Democrats are coming up the work of the Senate.
Just ram it through, never play a game.
Republicans have got to open up their perspective a little bit. And again, I said some of these people are very dear friends of mine, but why do we allow the blue slip process?
Why even play the game? Why do you even play the fucking game? Do not even play the game. They rigged the game so they win.
To prevent the
Teresa was evil. I know. Yeah, she would make people suffer so they feel closer to God. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I said, oh, maybe that's not a good example. But I thought to myself, oh, that people don't know about that. It's fine. It'll go through. But you did know about that. You're right. Sorry though. I grew up in the 90s as a Catholic. I can't hate on Mother Teresa. It's illegal for me to do that.
President from appointing a U.S. attorney. Why do we let the blue slip process make it impossible for Donald Trump to appoint a federal judge in California? If you want justice, you've got to empower the President of the United States to actually appoint the officers of justice all over the country. The Democrats are stalling that, and we're going to wake up
because they don't want you to be able to do that because they know that fucks up their system.
A couple of years.
It's all about
if we don't have more
Ah,
attorneys, approved, if we don't have more judges approved, we're going to wake up in a couple of years and realize that we've done a lot of great work at the Trump administration, but justice is not being meted out as it should be because we don't have the people on the ground. That is a big problem, and I know that that's somewhat unrelated to Arctic frost, but it actually is related to Arctic frost because you cannot get the justice for the people who are targeted by the Biden administration unless we've got good people, especially in these U.S. attorneys' offices, and that's something, Sean, we got to pay attention to over the next year.
It's sad because the statute of limitations. I make the argument all the time that from the
just find a way around it.
When he and Melania came down that escalator, they've been out to destroy him and using the very 100%. Heavy arm, deep powers, deep state. To do it and
spying on him, prosecuting him, investigating.
Remember back whenever the Republicans totally shit on Obama and they didn't let him confirm a Supreme Court justice in like 2009? Remember that in 2008? Like that's the kind of big dick behavior you need, and they did that. And you know what happened? It worked. It worked. At the end of the day, was Merrick Garland? Yeah, that was him.
Senators, congressmen
who are just aligned with the President of the United States. You're right. Some of this stuff is going to get covered by statute of limitations. Some of this stuff, Sean, we can and we should prosecute.
You gotta go
and I'm just telling you, this is going to be a real problem. And the people who watch your show are going to get really pissed at Senate Republicans, excuse my language, if we don't have the U.S. attorneys on the ground to actually achieve justice. People are going to get angry, and rightfully so.
Honestly, like I'm waiting on this. I really am. I've been waiting on this for a while, right? But yeah, this is it. And words won't stop anything. Exactly. That's what I really want to get in. That's what I really want to see. And I'm happy to see this a lot.
I'm going in. This is Miss Whale Town. Came for the Founders Treasure too much for me. Strange person's house. Spoiler attention. Hell no, I go back. That woman scares me. Oh, make a paper bride in order. Oops, wrong room. Achievement එක. මේක ආයි අර මේ කලින් අර හොල්මන් මේක වගේ හොල්මන් මිෂන් එකක්ද දන්නේ නැහැ. ආව් මේ ඉන්නේ බඩු. Ghost Bride. මං ඉතින් ෆයිට් එකක් එයි කියලා මං හෙල්ත් මේකේම දාගෙන ආවේ. Nyen nyen nyen. Scary no difficult. Eh. Esto no මොකක්ද? මංගුද ලිෆ්ට් එක උඩට එන්නේ නැති වෙයි කියලා. චෙස්ට් එකක් තියනවා කියලා පෙන්නනවා. ඔව් අර තියෙන. බලමු ගමනක් තියෙන කියලා. what bigger pill. Oh, අතන උඩ තියෙන්නේ. Box is empty. Oh, මොකද මුන් ඇවිල්ලා ස්කෑම් මුන් ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්දියන් මේ සෙක්ට් එකක්. අනිකට ස්කෑමර්ස් ලා ඉන්නේ. මේකේ අපි කොයි එක මේ තේරුවත් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් පරදින මොකද මුන් ඔක්කොම ස්කෑමර්ස් ලානේ. ඔය දෙකක් හම්බුණා එකෙන්. රෙද්ද මොකුත් පේන්නේ නැහැ නේ පට්ට කළුවරයි. Oh.
Sean's holding the gate, so someone suspicious made it inside. Unbound cavern filth must have snuck in through the waterway.
මුන්ගේ එක චෙස්ට් එකක්වත් legit නෑ අප්පා ඔක්කොම fake. What do you need? I need someone I can trust for this.
Watch your purse.
මේ ඉන්න අර කොටාලා. I'm levitating. I'm not a kid anymore. I will read it for you. නේ අර කලින් තිබ්බපත් ඔව් නේ කලින් තිබ්බ.
We just keep conning people.
Oh, fun to watch. Oh, mask එකක් හම්බුණා නේ. mask එකක් හරි accessory එකක් හරි.
All because Will of Heaven disciples don't cash around like water.
උස්තඩියගේ සද්දයක් මේක ඉන්න හොර පූසොත් ඇවිල්ලා පට්ට ස්කෑමර්ස්ලා මේ මොකක්ද මේ ඒ කියන්නේ මුන් අර ෆේක් චෙස් දාලා අර චෙස්ට් එක හරිද්දී එන ඩොපමින් හිට් එකේ සැරදන් බාල වෙනවා මේ මිෂන් එක කරලා ඉවර වෙද්දී
With the elders gone, we core disciples need to step up. Rebuke these formalities. Caverns. Taking it away. My legs hurt, not my brain. That's almost dark.
things go wrong.
ඕ අද්දප්පයිකෝ ජෙඩ් 20ක් විතරද හම්බුනේ. චෙස් දෙකක් තියෙනවා අතුලට යන්නේ කොහොමද? මේ මොකක්ද නේ? එන්න ගහනවා මට. Oh, pull come on, that.
Relax. I'll pull my punches. I'm great at this.
Training on
Martial arts is all about the show.
මං හිතේ මෙතන ඒක කරාට පස්සේ අපිට උඩට යන්න පුළුවන් වෙයි කියලා. මොකද අපි උඩට යන්නේ? මගක් පඩි පෙලක්. ආර තියෙන එක පේන්නේ නැනේ කලුවරේ. ඒකනේ මම බැලුවේ. බලන්නකෝ. वो දැම්ම ෆයිට් කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙයිද දන්නේ නැහැ බලමු try කරලා
We just keep conning people over and over. When does it end?
passion කලින් අපි මොකಾದ මේ හරි මොන් ස්කෑමර්ස්ලා හින්දා මං හිතන්නේ මොන්ට හරියට ෆයිට් කරන්නත් බැරිද කොහෙද මොන් බොරුවට ෆයිට් කරන්නේ
We just keep conning
Almost our turn. Training you on that power play land. Is that good or bad?
Relax. I'll pull my gun.
දැක්කද බොක්ස් එකක් ඇතුලේ බොක්ස් එකක් ඇතුලේ බොක්ස් එකක්
There's really the time for us to nail the status here? That can't be right.
Got this, brother. Nothing's getting past me.
Oh, come on. Coin will shop people and those talk as more spending.
oh encounter මුං ෆේක් හාමොනික්කෝ එහෙමත් විකුණනවානේ. ඔවේ මුගේ ෆේක් හාමොනික්කෝ. Provocation මේක නම් ලේසි වෙන්න ඕනේ පොතේ හැටියටකෝ. දාලා හය ලෝඩ් වෙනකන් ඉමු අපි. පල්ලෙහාට chest එකක් තියෙනවා.
Stop believing your own truths.
I tried that method last time and got caught soon enough.
There's so many people out there, and they say don't scan them. Will you listen to that?
Everything's falling apart out there. But at least we teach skills that actually keep you alive.
Oh, come on. Why bother with all this?
So I had a friend tell him I had fun. I
New face? Joining us?
Welcome. Come on in.
tarot card scam කෙනෙක්. ඒකේ අර notification එකදී මට අර මේ ඒකේ අර reward එක unlock කරන්න බෑ mouse point එක පෙන්නන්නේ නැහැ.
Going out to dress like that makes us all look bad. Oh, this is incredible.
Oh, fuck. Bait. Bait. මේ මොකක්ද fun point? Oh, okay. ඒ item එකකුත් නෙවෙයි මොකක්ද point එකක්.
face? Just hold on. One more.
उनके फेक हार्मोनिक कोर्स ठीक है night was on there. Over the night වෙන්නේ.
Watch everything closely on duty these next few days.
Enough times, and eventually you stop believing your own truths. I tried that method last time and got caught soon enough.
ගන්න බෑ මෙතන මේ ටෙස්ට් එක තියෙන්නේ කොහෙද කියලා
Back for 6 months straight just to patch this place up.
මෙන්න තා බොස් ෆයිට් එක
Hey, hold on. Oh my god, otherwise. Just give me 1 moment to tell this. You don't believe me. You don't.
කුඩ බොසෙක්
ones with core disciples, which workshop are you picking?
Oh, new clothes? I got enough for these. I'm gonna challenge you. You know what I do? And you still king. Should I be scared? I got enough on me anyway. Perfect. Perfect.
අරු ටීම් රික්වෙස්ට් එකක් එනවා මම මෙතන කැම්පේන් මිෂන් එක කරනවා ඕඩේ වගේ අඳුන් ටික
Been drinking tea here for 3 days. Haven't even seen a shadow of it.
Stay sharp. All right. If anyone sneaks past, we're both in trouble. Eradicate?
We've been drinking tea here for 3 days and haven't even seen a shadow of it.
Stay sharp. All right. If anyone sneaks past, we're both in trouble.
Hey, buddy. What time do you guys start it?
Wasn't it supposed to be 20?
හොඳ.
That hurts. If you can't control your legs, just donate.
You like this too?
This item and I are fated. I cannot feel it.
නිපුණ සුබ සන්ධ්‍යාවක්. මුන් ඔක්කොම මේ යන 9 mortal ways එකට join වෙන්න කියලා.
How much for this bamboo rabbit?
Not for sale.
Care to buy a Leishatized calligraphy?
මොකද මේ compendium mission එකක්ද? ආව්. I'm back tomorrow.
Your fortune with this shop
Just picked greens, fresh flowering stems, yellow cabbage, new lucky here.
leaping through the long gate.
Enough. Take this silver.
Shopkeeper, I'm not flattering for rewards. I took this because it's lucky money.
ඔව් ඒකට තමයි මං ගියේ.
Any carriages free at noon tomorrow? Please wait. Let me check the legend.
මේක අතුල් අවෝ අත්තන එහා පැත්තෙන් යන්න තියෙනවා.
Heard the neighbor's kid disappeared recently. Something about Tangcoin confiscation. How could that cause a child to disappear?
Shopkeeper, has the great fabric I ordered last time arrived?
මෙහෙන් ඉක්මනට යන්න ඕනේ වගේ ලංකාවෙන්ද? ඔව් හලෝ. ලංකාවෙන් යන එක තමයි හරිනම්. ඒ කියන්නේ අර මේ මං කියන්නේ වෙන රටකට ගිහිල්ලා ඒ රටේ විදියට හැදෙනවා මිසක් ලංකාවේ ගතිගුණ ටික අයින් කරලා දාගන්න ඕනේ. ලංකාවෙන් අයින් කරලා මොකද ඔය මේ මට පෙන්වන්න බැරි ලංකාවේ උන් ජාතිය තමයි ලංකාවෙන් ගියාට උන්ගේ අර ලංකාවේ තියෙන ගූගති ටික අරගෙන ඇවිල්ලා යන රට ලංකාවක් කරන්න try කරන්නේ උන් සෙට් එක. සල්ලිකාරයෙක් වුණාට වා මොකද්ද පැජරෝ එකෙන් හරි මොන්ටෙරෝ එකෙන් හරි ලෑන්ඩ් ක්‍රූස් එකෙන් හරි කියලා බහින්නේ ගම් වතුරටනේ මඩ වලවලුයි බලු බෙටි හරිද quality of life කියන්නේ ඔන්න ඕක ලංකාවේ කෝටිපතියෙක් වුණත් හරිද වා මොන ඒ කියන්නේ කෝටි 5ක වාහනෙන් ගියත් වාහනේ දොර ඇරියාම ඉතින් Google කොච්චර සල්ලි තිබ්බත් ඒකනේ ලංකාවේ සල්ලි තියෙනේ වුණොත් යන්නේ රටින් දැන් ඔය මේ අපේ පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ එහෙම ඉන්නේ වගේ බලන්න ඔය අනුරාගේ එහෙමත් ළමයි එහෙම ඔක්කොම ඉන්නේ රටනේ යුරෝපේ ඉන්නේ. Quest එකේ මේක කොහෙද නෝ нет ඩොක්ටර්ලා ටික ස්ට්‍රයික් කරන පඩිමදි කියලා ලංකාවේ දොස්තරලා වෙන්නේ ඇවිල්ලා මිනිස්සු ලෙඩ්ඩු හොඳ කරන්න නෙමෙයිනේ උන්ට ඕනේ අර තාන්න මාන්න ටිකයි වාහන පර්මිට් එකයි ඕ ජපානයේ ඡන්දනේ ලබන මාසේ ලංකාවේ දොස්තරලාගෙන් ඒ කියන්නේ අර මේ හිපොක්‍රටික් ඕත් එක පිළිපදින කට්ටිය ඉන්නේ 105ක් විතරනේ අනිත් ඒවා ඔක්කොම තන ඉන්නේ සල්ලි වලටයි වර්ධාන වරප්‍රසාද වලට ඒ කියන්නේ දොස්තරලා වෙන්න සුදුසු නැති එවුන් තමා ලංකාවේ ගොඩක් දොස්තරලා වෙන්නේ පොත කටපාඩම් කරලා වද්දාහලෝ එච්චරද මං හිතුවේ ඊට වඩා ඇති කියලා මේ ස්ටෝරි අම්මා කයිෆන් 100%යි මගේ ප්‍රෝග්‍රස් එක. චින්හා වල ඇයි 100% නැත්තේ?
A new face joining us.
ඕ අර තියෙන්නේ මට පේනවා. ඔය මේ ලංකාවේ MBBS එක පෞද්ගලික විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයෙන් කළ එහෙම කරන්න මං ලංකාවේ ඉන්න කාලෙත් හෙන උත්සාහයක් ගත්තා. ඔය ඉන්න කාල කන්නියම මොන එක කරන්න දුන්නේ නැත්තේ. උන් දන්නවා මොකද උන්ගේ ඔය තියෙන ජඩ වැඩ ටික මේ කරන්න හම්බෙන්නේ නැහැ කියලා. Ondiako. Oh, they got the bounty. Ah. ගිහින් පාත්තයව හොඳ කරමු. بسیار health එක අයි precision dodge කියන්නේ මං හිතන්නේ ඔයා මේ අර dodge කරන්න හම්බෙන මේකනේ මම ඇත්තටම දන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද මම dodge කියන එක ඔයා මාව දන්නේ නැහැ නේ තාම හරියට. මම එක ගේම් එකකවත් dodge කරන්නේ නැහැ. ගේම් වල ඩොජ් කියන එක තමා මට කරන්න සාමාන්‍යයෙන් බැරිම එක. චැලෙන්ජ් වල මට ස්ක්‍රීන්ෂොට් එකක් දාන්න මේකේ ඩිස්කෝඩ් එකේ. ඕක මේ කියනවට වඩා ලේසි මට හොයාගන්න. ඔයා ස්ක්‍රීන්ෂොට් එකක් දැම්මොත් ඩිස්කෝඩ් එකේ. මැප් එකේ මොකද්ද බලන්න ඕනේ වර මොකක්ද දැන් ඔයාලට තියෙන ප්‍රශ්නේ මැප් එකේ iPhone වල මේක ඇවිල්ලා මිෂන් එකක් නෙමෙයි මේක ඇවිල්ලා ඔයා මේ ඔයාගේ මේ boss fights Taiping mausoleum එක මේක කොහෙද තියෙන්නේ මේ තියෙන්නේ මේක ඔය රතු පාර කඩු දෙක මේක කරන්න ඕනේ මේක චැලෙන්ජ් කරන්න පට්ට අමාරුයි පට්ට ගන්න ඕනේ සුපිරියටම මොකද ඔයා මේක කරන්න ඕනේ ඊට පස්සේ ඩිවයින් චැලෙන්ජ් මේක ඊට වඩා අමාරු ඒවා 10ක් තියෙනවා මෙතන මේ මේ ටික කරන්න ඔයාට ඉතින් කට්ට කන්නම වෙනවා මොකද මේකේ ගොඩක් ඒ වගේ ටයිම් ඔයා ටක් ගාලා ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයාගේ ලෙවල් වෙපන් ලෙවල් එහෙම අප් කරන්න ඕනේ මොකද අරුංග මරන්න NPCs ලා මරන්න ඕනේ සට ගාලා HP remaining එක නම් ලේසි ඔයා මේ ඔයාගේ healing build එකක් නැද්ද මේ remaining HP levels ටික ඇවිල්ලා healers ලටම හදපු එක. එහෙම නැත්නම් එහෙම healing items spam කරන්න. මොකද මේකට time limit එකක් නෑ. ඔයාට තියෙන්නේ මේ ඔයාගේ health එක 100කට ඒ කියන්නේ 30ට වඩා අඩු වෙන්න බෑ. 70ක් හරි ඊට වඩා වැඩියෙන් ඔයාගේ health එක තියාගන්න ඕනේ. ඔය challenge එක ඉවර කරද්දී. රතු එක වා කියන්නේ ඩිවයින් චැලෙන්ජ් එක ප්‍රිසිෂන් ඩොජ් එක මං හිතන්නේ හරිද මම හිතන්නේ මට මතක විදියට අර ඩොජ් වෙලා හතුරව ස්ටන් වෙනවනේ ඕකට තමයි මට මතක විදියට precision dodge කියලා කියන්නේ. ඔකට dodge જાති දෙකක් තියෙනවා normal dodge එකයි තව ඩොජ් එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒක තමයි අර හොඳ ඩොජ් එක. වා ඩොජ් උත් කරලා enemy stun වෙනවා. මට මං ඔයාලට දැන් කලින් කිව්වේ මට ඩොජ් තමයි අමාරුම. හරිද? ඩොජ් එක තමයි මට අමාරුම. දැන් ඔටෝ ඩොජ් එක දාලා මට මතක විදිහට අරකේ ඔටෝ ඩොජ් වැඩ කරන්නේ නැද්ද? ඔටෝ ඩොජ් එක දාලා තියෙදි සාමාන්‍ය ප්‍රිසිෂන් ඩොජ්ස් තමයි ඔක්කොම එන්නේ. මං පොඩකින් මේ බොස් එක ගාවට ගිහිල්ලා ඔයාලට පෙන්නන්න. මොකද බොසාගේ මේකේ ඔටෝ ඩොජ් වෙද්දි සාමාන්‍ය බොස්ලාගේ එන්නේ precision dodge එක මට මතක විදියට. එන්නකෝ.
Joy never dies. Yeah. Heal. Must not hesitate.
මෙහෙම ගගහ ඉද්දී දැන් දැක්කද ඒකෙන් අරු ස්ටන් උන්නේ නැහනේ. ඒ ඩොජ් එකෙන් ඒක ඇවිල්ලා normal dodge එක. මේක ඇවිල්ලා මොකේ මේ ගල් ස්ටැමිනා නැති වෙලා ඒක නෙමෙයි. තව ඩොජ් එකක් තියෙනවා. දැන් මේ තියෙන්නේ normal dodges ටික. වැඩි කියන්නේ මගේ කැරක්ටර් එක පවර්ෆුල් වැඩි උට වදිනවා ෂොට් එක. මොකේ සෙකන්ඩ් ෆේස් එක ගියාම මට පෙන්වන්න පුළුවන්. ඕම් බලන්න. දැක්කද අරු ස්ටන් වුණා. දැක්කද දන්නේ දැක්කද මේකේ ස්ටන් උන්නේ නැහැ. දැක්කද? ඕක ඇවිල්ලා normal dodge එක. අන්න දැක්කද අරු ස්ටන් වුණා. අර සුදු පාට වෙන්නේ. මට මතකද ඕක තමයි precision dodge කියලා කියන්නේ. චුට්ටක් රිවයින්ඩ් කරලා බලන්න නෝට් උන් නැත්තම් එහෙම අන්න දැක්කා. දැක්කා.
people from Wei Yang City have come. Is the Ember of East?
මම තාම 78 නේ මං ඉන්නේ එකක්. අර බෞද්ධ දෙක තුනක් කළා. මොකද මම තව විනාඩි 15කින් යන්න ඕනේ.
Wei Yang was on.
ඩොජ් නැතෝ වෙන ඕන එකක් ගහලා පෙන්නන්න. මේ ගේම්ස් වල මං අර විචේ එහෙම ගහද්දිත් මට කරන්න බැරි එකම දේ කරන්න අමාරුම එක ඩොජින්. හරිද? ඕන ගේම් එකක ඩොජ් නැතෝ වෙන ඕන එකක් ගහලා පෙන්නන්න. ඒකේ මං හිතුව තරම් මේ මොකුත් ඒ කියන්නේ හොඳ මේ මිෂන් එකක් තිබ්බේ නෑ 9 mortal ways. මොකක්ද අපේ එන පට්ට නෝන්ජල් මිෂන් එක. ඉවෙන්ට්ස් වලට ගියොත් එහෙම Oh. මගේ මවුස් එකේ බැටරි බැස්සද? එතන මවුස් එකේ බැටරි බැස්ස මවුස් එක වැඩ කරන එක නැවතුණා එකපාරම. ආව්. ඒක මම බලමු. මොකද කේස් එක කියලා. Swallows bond එක තව දවස් 9ක් යනවා. Gilded Shades එක තව දවස් 12යි. මේක ඉවෙන්ට් එහෙම කවදා කියන්නේ ඉවර වෙන්න යනවා අවුරුද්දක් විතර. ඉවෙන්ට්ස් ඉවර වෙන්නේ නැහැ මේ ආත්මෙට. මෙන්න ප්ලේස්ලා බවුන්ටි හන්ට් කරන්න දාලා තියෙනවා. ප්ලේස්ලා දෙන්නෙක්ව. මට බවුන්ටි හන්ට් කරන්න බෑ මොකද මම DPS නැහැනේ. 0 damage. දෙකයි තුනයි හතරයි පහයි හයයි හතයි 100,000ක් නේ. Dun, 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 dun. බලන්නකෝ නාස්ති වුණානේ පළවෙනි මගේ ස්කිල් ඇටැක් එක.
You look familiar. Are you young master of the Blissful Retreat?
තව එකයි තියෙන්නේ. තව එකයි. නෑ. defeat player. තව එකයි. Lucky. මම මෙතනින් නවත්තලා මම හෙට එන්න මරපු කතාපල් කන්තෝරට යන්න තියෙනවා ඒකින්ද අනික මේ දවස්වල පට්ට සීතලයි දැන් ටුට්ටක් අවුව තියෙන වෙලාවේ අවුව තිබ්බත් ඍණ 20යි උෂ්ණත්වය 23යි ඍණ 23යි ඒකින්ද මම ගිහිල්ලා මට සමහරවිට හෙට එන්න පුළුවන් වෙයි හෙට මං හිතන්නේ ගොඩක් වෙලාවට ෆ්‍රී ඒකින්ද සමහරවිට මං හෙට එන්නම් අපි මේ හෙට ලෙවල් අප් කරලා ලෙවල් 80ට ගමු කැරක්ටර් එක එහෙනම් මම ගියා හැමෝටම සුබ රාත්‍රියක්